So today, I'm going to talk about how to master the Eightfold Path and transform your life. This is the fourth noble truth. How do you live to get rid of suffering? How do you live to see the beauty of the balance of life? And that's what we're going to explore here. And the whole idea is to shatter the illusions of desire. You see, the Eightfold Path, it's not a checklist. It's a mirror that reflects back to you your truth. Your life is always reflecting back to you who you are at that time. This path reveals where you are bound and gives you the power to break free because you start to see how the illusion is affecting you. And when you can see how the illusion is affecting you and you understand how you are creating the illusion, you now have the freedom to change. True freedom arises when you master your mind, and with it, you master your choices, because your choices are what create your experience. So let's look at this. The core of the Eightfold Path is that it's not a linear checklist. It's a dynamic, ever-unfolding practice. It's not monistic in that it's one after the other after another. No, it's constantly dynamic. It's moving all around. And intuitively, once you start the path, you'll understand how to move through it. Its foundation is built on seeing life as life truly is, not through the lens of illusion or the lens of desire. That's hard. That's the work. To be able to see what is happening in front of you without your perceived bias. Your perceived bias is, I want this to happen, or I don't want this to happen. And you're looking at things through the life, and you're not seeing life as it truly is. Therefore, you can't deal with it. It's a transformation we understand begins when we confront reality head on. What are the facts actually in front of us? And now let's deal with them. You see, when we're living the Eightfold Path, our true power lies in full ownership of our experience. Because without ownership, growth is impossible, because we remain victims. We're not victims, we're creators. And life in front of us is showing us how we can adjust our creative lens and experience a different life. So let's start going through the Eightfold Path. The first path is the right view. It's about seeing what is. It's to see life clearly, free from fear, ego, and illusion. Especially today. Can you see what's going on? Right now, today is the day after the United States implemented all these tariffs. And there is fear running rampant. The ego is saying, why is this going to affect me? And the illusion is that the fear and the ego are affecting you. When it's really not, it's only your perception that's changing, but the true you is not being touched. You see, the right view recognizes that all life is impermanent and that attachment to anything breeds suffering. Why does it breed suffering? Because life is impermanent. Everything is in constant change. And to fight against life is to try to fight against a river. You can't fight against the river. The river was going to flow no matter what you do. It's the idea to recognize the impermanence of life. Right view is to understand that your experience is shaped by your perspective. This is key to living. Whatever you are looking at is shaped by how you're looking at it, and that's your perception. The idea of the right view is that You are responsible for challenging your assumptions, to confront distorted perceptions. And by God, just about everything we look at is a distortion. So from the right view, we now move to the right intention. This is about aligning with purpose. You see, we set intentions or purpose that are rooted in compassion, non-attachment, and harmless. One of my great intentions is, how can I be more loving in every moment? How can I experience more abundance in every moment? You see, I'm not attached to how they're coming. They're not harming anyone. And so, in doing so, with right intention, we free our intentions from craving, ill will, and ego. It's the craving that says to the universe, I'm not enough. It's the craving that'll cause us to do things to get what we want that actually hurt other people. Especially in relationships, craving that that person behave exactly as we want them to do so that we can feel good. That's the ego wanting to be right. That's the ego trying to change something it has absolutely no ability to change. It's the intention without action. It's just a dream. That's right. Intention without action is just a dream. And how many of us live in a dream? Because we never take action toward what we want. We never actually ask for what we want when we want it. We never actually follow up with doing things that are in alignment with the intention we set. The question we must ask, and this is a big question, this is at the core of the teachings that I learned from Dr. John Demartini, is that your 3 to 4 highest values, the things that you value most in life, where you have the greatest voids or the greatest desire to have more, they should be the cornerstone of what you live. And the question you would ask is, are my actions aligned with my highest values? Most of the time, what we're doing, they are not aligned with our highest values. In fact, most of the time, we don't even recognize or understand what our highest values are. So if we don't, how can we have right intention? And then we ask, what do you consistently intend? Because whatever you consistently intend, you inevitably become. You always have an intention, and intention is about moving forward, and what you're moving forward with is that intention, and you become that vibration, and you become that person, and you attract that. The third path is right speech. It's understanding that words create worlds. The first part of this right speech is to speak truthfully, to speak kindly, and to speak with mindful intention. When I say speak truthfully, I mean, it's not about judging people. It's not about saying, well, you should do this. You're speaking, you got to ask truthfully, is it the perception I'm speaking, which is not the truth for the other person? I could say to my wife, I right now am vulnerable. Notice I said that. I said it kindly. I right now am vulnerable, so I would appreciate some space. It's not, hey, I'm vulnerable. Would you just back off? That's not right speech. You see, and also when we're speaking, words that create, when we understand that, we avoid gossip, we avoid harsh words, and anything that's deceitful that distracts from our reality. What's another thing there that would distract? Complaining. What does psychology say? The gossip and complaining represent about 90% of what most people say. Think about that. So in the path number 3, there's a lot of work we got to do there. If you really think about it, the 3 paths we've covered, we've got a lot of work to do. And it's not something, like I said before, you can do linearly. No, it's becoming aware of what the paths are and then to integrate them into every moment of our lives. Coming back to right speech, we've got to learn to monitor our internal dialogue. What story are you telling yourself, and what story are you telling others? Because the story you tell yourself is an energy that you're putting out into the world, and that creates. Words are spells. If you understand that words are spells, why not use them to heal and not to harm? Right speech probably begins first and foremost where you speak about yourself. In the silence of the day, you're talking to yourself, and chances are you're not being very kind, you're not being very truthful, and you're not being very mindful in your intention. You're literally beating yourself up and you're harming yourself. You're not seeing yourself as the perfection of life that you were created to be. You see, when we change our words, we can change our life. And that's the essence of religious science. Ernest Holmes said this: change your thinking, change your life. Change your beliefs, change your life. Jesus said, it is done unto you as you believe. Those are your words. Everything starts with a thought that goes right to your words. You speak it out, either silently or out loud. Now, the 4th path is the path of right action. It's about living your truth. And so now you've got to align your actions with your highest values. In other words, you have to learn to live in integrity. Not live to please anyone else, no, to live in alignment with what you have deemed most important. And in that, your actions, you're to avoid harm, deceit, misuse of power, and that includes in sexuality. It's about, you can't kill someone. You really shouldn't kill anything. You've got to avoid harming people. You have power. Your words have power. Your actions have power. You see this abuse happening by how people are acting all the time. When you're living your truth, you're living in right action, you avoid anything that does harm in any way, shape, form, or fashion. When you're doing right action, you're going to choose courage over convenience. You do what is right, not what is easy. So many times we do what is easy. We will tell a lie because it's easier than telling the truth. So you can see how right speech and right action go right hand in hand, don't you? But when you speak, you do it with kindness. When you act, you do it with kindness. How you act is every bit, if not more important, than the action in which you take. And you see, transformation doesn't come by thinking. It happens through bold, committed action. This is where most people in the spiritual realm fall short. When we start saying in the noble path, in the noble truth, accepting what is, it doesn't mean we don't act. That's not what we're saying. We don't become patsies. We don't become victims. No, we accept what is, and from what is, now we take deliberate action, right action, action with intention. Moving from action, the 5th path is the path of right livelihood. In other words, purposeful work. It's to earn a living in a way that causes no harm to others or the planet, the very environment in which we live. And you can tell by the human race, we're not really walking that path right now. Just think about all the uncapped oil wells in Texas that are causing all sorts of problems and nothing's being done about them. We're polluting the land, we're polluting the rivers. And who's going to eventually suffer from us? Not the earth. We're going to suffer because we're not doing purposeful work. It's to engage in work that contributes to the well-being of everyone, including yourself, and the upliftment of everyone, including yourself. I love being a spiritual teacher because being a teacher, I'm not going to do harm to people. People can listen to me, do what they want. I will never judge anyone. And you see, I think judgment is the worst thing I could ever do with another person. Am I perfect about that? Heck no. I'm as human as you. And I catch myself as quickly as I can. Your work should align with your highest values. Well, I'll use my example. My number one value is to become more aware. My number two value is to teach. My number three value is building deep interpersonal relationships. My fourth value is personal health and well-being. My fifth value is to be financially comfortable to do what I want, when I want, how I want. Everything I do is focused on those values for the most part. Because I understand that when I do that, man, I'm living a good life. I go to bed at night feeling really good about who Lee Wolak is. It's about viewing your work as not just a paycheck. It's a calling. So ask yourself, is what you're doing, are you being called to do it? Do you have a gift where you can serve greater numbers of people by using that gift? Right now I'm being filmed. My videographer, Charles, he has a gift for filming. He has a gift for editing. He's giving that gift. So hopefully for him, this is not just a paycheck, but this is a way of being himself and giving something of value to the world. In return, money is returned. That's how I look at life. Money is a gift back to someone giving you service. I think that integrity and purpose create true fulfillment. I think when you're doing purposeful work and your integrity with that work, I mean, now you have fulfillment. And I don't think there's any greater thing to go to sleep with, is that if you have a sense of fulfillment, you're going to sleep deeply and you're going to just have a sense of well-being that fills you. Your work should be an extension of your soul, not a source of suffering. You shouldn't be going to work going, oh, damn, I can't wait for the weekend. And that's where most people are. I can't wait for the weekend. Friday's on my mind. Remember that song? Going back a few years. Friday's on my mind. Monday feels so drab. All those things. No, every day is great. Ever since I became a spiritual teacher, way back in, what was it? I started in March of '09. I've never had a weekend. Every day is a day where I get to live my job, and I love it. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm doing my job. I love it. Why? It fulfills me. I wouldn't want to do anything else, and I can do my job from anywhere in the world. So I do it from everywhere in the world. The sixth path is right effort. It's about focused discipline. It's to cultivate positive states of mind and release unwholesome ones. Because when you're doing effort, you want a positive state of mind. You don't want a negative one. It's about staying committed to growth without attachment or clinging. I do my meditation every day. I do mindful living every day. I'm not attached to it. It's just part of who I am. I am committed to it because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel connected. It's living in integrity. You see, I look at it that right effort is about direction, not about burnout. So the key is to focus your energy wisely. If you're focusing your energy on things you love, you've always got energy. I can tell you that I start my day at 4:30 in the morning. So come around 4:30 in the afternoon, I'm starting to get tired. 5 o'clock I'm eating, and I'm saying, my day's pretty done. But you know what? just about every night at 7, I'm teaching a class, doing a gathering, doing a meeting, a board meeting, whatever. The second 7 o'clock comes and I start, guess what? I'm energized again. Why? I'm doing what I love. I don't have to even kick it up. I just start doing what I love. I'm focusing my energy wisely. You see, our job is to nurture what aligns with our highest good and to let go of what drains us. I'm a believer that if I do 20% effort and I get 80% the result, that means I can do what I love the most and avoid putting all that unnecessary effort into administrative and detail-oriented things that I get no joy out of, but it's going to generate marginal results. So that's why I don't have these videos edited down, things cut out at all. I keep everything in because I know that why do I need to put all that extra effort in when the essence of what I'm saying is being heard? Every word doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I mispronounce words. Sometimes I, as my wife would say, and my son say, you create new words all the time. I know, that's me. And so I'm nurturing that authentically because that's who I'm bringing to the world. In fact, that's the only thing I'm bringing to the world. I'm not going to polish myself to be different than I am. If you meet me in person, you're going to see the same Lee that's talking to you right now. There's no difference. So the thing is, ask yourself daily, where am I placing my energy? And that's going to tell you a whole lot. The 7th path is the path of mindfulness, right mindfulness. It means staying awake. It's to be fully present and consciously engaged in every moment. So as I'm talking to you right now, I'm fully engaged. I'm conscious with you. I'm talking right to you. There's nothing else going on. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing afterwards. I'm not thinking about what happened yesterday. I'm with you. The same thing should be true in every aspect of your life. Be present and consciously engaged. Hey, if you're on social media and that's where you choose to be, you're consciously choosing it, be engaged with it and be present with it. Then ask, is it serving my highest values? Right mindfulness and staying awake means to observe your body, observe your thoughts, observe your emotions, and do so without judgment or attachment. Oh, I'm having a thought. It's outside of where I want to be. It's not in the focus that I'm choosing. Okay, don't beat yourself up. Create a new thought. You're going to have thoughts that are all over the place. That's the mind. The mind just thinks. You can't control everything your mind thinks. But you can be unattached to what it thinks. And that's a key practice. You see, awareness is the foundation of conscious living. It's about staying awake to life. Right now, there are a gazillion things happening around you, but you're only noticing one or two. When you're living consciously, you're going to see a bigger perspective, a broader perspective of life. This moment, right here, right now, is all that is. Don't just witness it. Live it. Be fully present in every moment. Feel it, sense it, know it. Respond to it. Notice I didn't say react to it. Respond to it. Because every moment is here to expand your awareness so that you can have an eternal experience of life. The 8th path, the final one, is right concentration. It's focus power. We train our mind through deep meditation to cultivate stillness and insight. In other words, in meditation, we're training ourselves to have a laser purpose. It's to direct our attention with a laser focus and clarity. A simple meditation is to simply focus on a candle flame and hold your eye on that flame so that you slow your mind down from all the craziness that it thinks. Or to focus on a mantra. Pick the mantra, so hum. Breathe in so, Breathe out, hum, and just do that for 5 minutes. Can you do it without thinking about anything else? You won't be able to at first. Well, so maybe start out, can I do it for 30 seconds? Can I do it for 30 seconds? Focus, power, right concentration is about eliminating distractions to focus on what is real and what is lasting. Because you understand that a focused mind is free and powerful and unstoppable. See, when you focus and you're one thing, you're free from all the nonsense that your mind just thinks about. Because you're focused, you're directing the power of your creative ability of perception onto the universe, and you're going to get powerful results back because you've got your power. It's all about focus. And then when you do that, you're unstoppable in how you experience life, because wherever you choose to focus with a free mind, you're going to create the experience in your life. So as we bring this all together, the Eightfold Path, it's not a checklist. It's actually a way of being. It's to live with fierce awareness, unwavering integrity, and a fearless authenticity that you're never willing to sacrifice. I will always be Lee. I commit to that in every situation. And you see, it's about mastering your choices. And when you master your choices, you master your destiny. The challenge is to question your own path. And so here's some questions I want you to ask yourself today, this week, and maybe every day of your life. Where are you aligned? Think about that. Where are you aligned? This is with your highest values. Where are you off course? What are you willing to change? This is the big one. This is where we really got to step into it. Freedom comes from walking the path, just not knowing that the path exists. Many people understand these spiritual principles, but they're not living them. And if you're not living them, you're not walking them, you're not breathing them, you're not acting them, nothing in your life changes. So the idea now is claim your power, because the path is already within you. It's just waiting to be walked. And you, my friends, you don't need permission from anyone to live boldly and authentically. The permission you need is to give it to yourself. The power is yours. And now is the time for you to claim it.